Guys, it's Stephanie. Please feel free to subscribe, hit the bell for more content, hit the like, and share away here. We share away here. It's all for the love of Star Wars. Coming up next is the... Hey guys, it's Stephanie, and today's video is about a comment I found on Facebook in the How Ryan Johnson Ruined Christmas Facebook page, and you want to know why Admiral Holdo sucks so bad? Watch on. Get ready. Okay. We trashed Troy Denning. We trashed Luceno. We trashed Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire. We brought Timothy Zahn back, but he's not the same as he was. We trashed dozens of great writers for a young adult fiction writer who obviously doesn't know what the Star Wars is. She's into astrology. Holdo is her avatar. In what place does astrology have to do with Star Wars? At all. Okay, what? The way she describes Holdo's more like a special needs kid. She's not anything like a person, like a young person getting ready to go into the military arts. If you spend that much time worrying about the astrological influences on planets and systems, when are you going to train in the military arts? And the combat arms? When? Why is this in Star Wars? Why was she allowed to write for Star Wars? Now we know that line came from Leia, Princess of Alderaan. If I ever get hold of that book, oh boy, am I going to trash that puppy. Just wait. And she basically has no idea what Star Wars is. I mean, I just sit here and go, I'm baffled by all of this. I'm baffled. Can anybody explain this to me? Now, I dabbled in astrology before I came back to the Catholic Church, but it's bullshit. I mean, in my opinion. Now I have friends who are into it, and I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit there and you know, mac on them or give them crap, but what does it have to do with Star Wars? And we wonder why they're failing. We wonder why they can't sell novels. We wonder why they can't sell comic books. I mean, you know, we wonder why Holdo is such a terrible character. There it is. She's terrible from the start. Didn't get along with anybody, didn't answer any questions. Just an obnoxious bitch. Guess what? She grew up to be an obnoxious bitch. I mean, it flabbergasts me to try to fathom the logic behind hiring this goon, this kook, this obvious misandrist, unattractive cow to write a Star Wars novel. I mean, I did a video on the women who wrote Star Wars novels long before Amy Vincent ever existed in the Star Wars fans, knowledge or in our world. Don't you wish she just kind of went back to doing what she was doing and left us alone? Yeah, I do too. And do these people who write this stuff, and it's not just her, it's Chuck Wendig, it's Daniel Jose Older, it's the bitch who wrote the companion novel to Soilo, it's Paul S. Kemp who knows better. I mean, he did write for the EU. It's even Tim Zahn who knows better. Don't you understand what it's about? You know, keep your woke, weird, occult bullshit out of Star Wars, okay? That's all we want. I don't care. I don't want to know. I don't think anybody else does either. I mean, this goes along with the video from last night, and the poem "The Hollow Men" by T.S. Eliot. These people have absolutely no souls. They are completely lifeless on the inside. You look at them, and there's absolutely nothing going on behind the eyes. They're completely monotone. They're completely unflexible. They can't deal with things that they don't agree with. They don't have minds open enough to understand that not everybody listens to, or not everybody agrees with everything they say. I can't imagine living that way. They're clueless about what they're doing. Absolutely effing clueless. And yet here we are. Still wondering what the actual F they're doing writing for Star Wars. And we got astrology in it now. And you wonder why I wouldn't let my kids go to a Star Wars movie anymore, read the new novels, look at the comic books, because of this shit. I mean, here's the difference right now. And I want Claudia Gray, aka Amy Vincent, that misandrist, bigoted cow, to hear what I'm saying. I'm reading a book by James Luceno called Millennium Falcon, and it is the history of the ship. And it's after Jason Solo, aka Darth Caedus, had been killed by his sister Jaina, saving the galaxy from another civil war. And Han and Leia adopt his daughter Alana, and they adopt her as their daughter rather than their granddaughter, because they don't want anybody to realize whose kid she is. So Alana finds this homing device on the Falcon that Han had never seen before in his life. They go on an adventure. Now, Claudia Gray, I know you don't understand, Amy Vincent, whoever you are. I know you don't understand men at all, and I know you don't understand women at all. You think you do, but you don't. The thing about the EU is that the characters kept growing. They kept growing in maturity, wisdom. They were always there for each other. Okay, Han and Leia were always there for each other. And this is a remarkable story because you see them, their grandparents. They go on this adventure with this child to find out who actually owned the Falcon before Han did. And it's a beautiful piece of writing. It's a big, thick book, and you get to learn not only a lot about how the Falcon was built, but who owned it, and the history that it saw before Han won her from Lando. I don't think anybody who's writing right now for Disney canon could come up with a story like this, because they can't imagine a traditional family, even though Kathy Kennedy has a traditional family. Apparently Pablo Hidalgo does. And I assume several other people that are attacking traditional families at Lucasfilm do too. I can't imagine them writing this about anybody. I can't imagine them respecting history enough to write a book like this, because they don't respect history. If they respected history, Luke Skywalker would not have been on that island wanting to die. He'd have been there recharging, collecting himself to go and do battle. All right. If they respected history, they would not have turned Han into an emasculated bitch. They would not have turned Leia into, I don't even know what the fuck that was. Okay. If they respected history. All right, but they don't. They, like I said last night, they rewrote it because that's what people like them and their political ilk do. Okay? They want to indoctrinate our kids, your kids, if I had kids, my kids, into their version of Star Wars. Not Star Wars, but their version of it. Because that's what people who are of that political bent of mind do. They can't let history be history and tell its story. Now, Claudia Gray is going to find out big time, bigly, all right, that she's wrong. Because no one likes Admiral Holdo. No one, I mean, really, no one likes her writing. I don't. The idea that Bloodline was somehow a better book than Heir to the Empire, that whole trilogy is just... Again, the poop sniffers are out. It has Star Wars on it. We must waft it up and celebrate it because it has Star Wars. But let's ignore the fact that it's poop. And let's yell at everybody else who are fans, who are actually real fans, pointing at it going, that's poop. All right. That's what they do. The Kevin Smith type. The Hello Greedo type. The Jason Ward type. The Paul, or the Brian Young type. Okay. They're the ones that do that. So, you know, I mean, astrology? Really? Really? I know I could have gone off on a rant here, but it mystifies me that this would have even passed the smell test. Oh, wait. If George Lucas had been running Lucasfilm, it wouldn't have passed the smell test. He would have said, absolutely not. That is stupid. And it's not Star Wars. And guess what? He'd have been right. Or she'd have been some weird alien type person, like the Night Sisters, and would have shown up in like 1 or 2 novels, and that's it. Okay? Because that's how big a throwaway character Amlin Holdo, ugly giraffe, is. She's a throwaway character. She's meaningless. I mean, every time I look at how she was portrayed as a leader, a flag officer, and the mistakes, the way she treated her staff, her men, her best troops, goes against every bit of the military leadership that I've ever read or learned about. So I'm going to leave you with this. This character, who's an astrologist more than a military leader, the people who created her, Psycho Gray, Roundhead, Laura Dern, have never read any books on the military arts, any military leadership books, because you can obviously see it. They've never even, I mean, I'll get, the movies that they should have saw. The Longest Day. Lots of generals show up on that. Lots of admirals. Pearl Harbor. Not the Pearl Harbor of Ben Affleck, but the first one. Tora Tora Tora. That movie. Midway. With Charlton Heston and all the Robert Mitchum. It's another good one. A Bridge Too Far. With everybody in it. You name the generals that were part of that. Patton. We'll go into the Pacific. Band of Brothers. Saving Private Ryan. The Enemy Below. All right. You name it. You name the military movies that are, you just pick them up and watch them. Books called Once an Eagle. Should have read that before you ever created a character like Holdo if you wanted her to be a believable military leader, but you didn't. You just threw a vegan bull dyke into the role of an admiral because you had a political avatar you wanted to present to everybody. Okay, that's it. That's all she is. Okay, she's not. She's not schooled in the military arts. She's a horrible human being. She's an idiot. And we're all supposed to go, oh, she's so brave. Well, fuck that shit. She's, like I said, a throwaway character that never even should have been in this. I mean, astrology? What the fuck? Okay, I don't know. I don't know, but, leave a comment, tell me what you think, read that, thing from Facebook, that line from the book. I don't know. I'll see you around the galaxy. Astrology. I'll see you around the galaxy.